It has been said that a pessimist sees the glass half empty. An optimist sees it half full. Then there's the opportunist that sees it contains whiskey and downs it before somebody else does. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here today to talk about the opportunist, though he is funny, but the optimist in you. Most people consider themselves to be pretty positive, but whether they are or not, you'd have to ask their family, friends, or coworkers. I myself feel that I'm a positive person. And it's not because of a belief I've made in myself, but rather what others have told me. As a matter of fact, one day when I was in the Marines, my coworker stopped, looked at me, and said, "Hazard, are you in your field of daisies again?" That became the catchphrase for my happy demeanor, and I was often found in my field of daisies. I want to share with you why you should spend most of your time in your field of daisies. The first reason is because it's always there. If you look for the bad in every situation, you'll find it. But if you look for the good in every situation, you'll find it too. Let's say, for example, you're on your way to Toastmasters driving and you get stuck in a traffic jam. Now, you could hem and haw at the grandma driving in front of you, or you could stop, think about it, and be glad that you're not the one in the accident up ahead. You could call ahead to a fellow Toastmaster, ask him what the word of the day is, and come up with the most clever situations that you can use it in. Suddenly, you're no longer stuck in traffic, but you're in your field of daisies. Now, sometimes people call those who are overly happy Pollyannas. Now, it might not be the best name to be called a Pollyanna, but I tell you, it is better than being called a Debbie Downer or a Christopher Curmudgeon. It's a well-known fact that negativity is highly contagious. Conversely, positivity is contagious as well. Sure, there may be those days where you feel like you're getting dumped on and you see these weeds popping up in your field of daisies, and suddenly everyone around you is planting weeds right alongside you. But you can easily flip that switch and become a Pollyanna. Suddenly, you are the light at work and home. Others may try to plant weeds in your field of daisies, but you keep it bright and sunny, and people love you for it. You'll love yourself for it. And hopefully, you'll even convert a Debbie Downer into a Pollyanna. Now, for some people, it may not come naturally to be positive. Or, if you're in a situation where you're feeling really down, you don't really feel like running around in a field of daisies. This is the perfect time to fake it until you make it. A study has shown that if people pretend to be happy, that after 5 minutes or so, they really are happy. How easy of a trick is that? So next time you're feeling down in the dumps, take that as a perfect opportunity to test that theory out. Fake your field of daisies until it becomes real. Now, this task isn't always easy, and we don't always live in a lighthearted world. A few months ago, I myself experienced a tragedy at work. One of my close friends and fellow coworkers took his own life. Not only were we experiencing a very stressful time at work, but this incident devastated everybody. How can you be happy and positive when you lose a loved one? The suggestions I've given don't always cut it. So someone suggested to me that I watch happy-go-lucky movies to remind me that life is beautiful and wonderful. And when I watched those movies, it did just that. It took some time, but once my coworkers and I went and looked for the good in life, it became good. My field of daisies wasn't as bright, but it was still there. Now I want to share with you some tactics to make your field of daisies always there and you can be a positive person as well. Of course, I'm going to emphasize the power of exercise. But I'm going to suggest that if possible, and it's not a sandstorm out there, that you take it outside. Walking or jogging outdoors can literally allow you to stop and smell the roses. And hopefully you're not allergic to them. By being outside, you can really enjoy your surrounding environment and appreciate where you live. You can absorb the sun's rays, which will boost your serotonin levels, making you naturally happy. And of course, exercise gives you that endorphin high, which is going to naturally throw you into your field of daisies. Secondly, I ask again that you fake it until you make it. I want you to convince everyone around you that you're always happy, you're always positive. When they ask you how you're doing, you tell them you're fantastic. It's been said that most of the time when people ask this question, they don't really care either way. And some of the ones who do care are secretly hoping you're not doing well. At least, not as well as they are. I had a coworker who every Friday when I'd ask him how he was doing, he said he was super fantastic. And I believed him. So that's a great answer. You can also use my catchphrase of good, great, fine, wonderful. Let's go ahead and try it. Good, great, fine, wonderful.
Good, great, fine, wonderful.
How are you doing?
Good, great, fine, wonderful.
Nice. You're already on your way to faking it until you make it. Lastly, I want you to protect your field of daisies from weeds planted by friends, family members, and coworkers. We all know, again, that negativity is contagious, and it's hard to fake it when somebody is constantly reminding you about why they think life should suck. So there's a few ways you can do this. If they're your coworker, try to avoid them at work. If they're a friend and they're constantly bringing you down, maybe this is the perfect time to rethink that friendship and get some space in between you. Family members you can't necessarily dump or avoid, so you do it right back at them. You cheer them to death. You grab their hand and make them skip with you in your field of daisies. I have one last exercise I'd like to do with everyone to share with you a field of daisies. Everyone grab a Post-it and pass it down. What I want you to do on this Post-it is write something negative, either about yourself or a situation you're going through. No one else is going to read this, so it's just for yourself. It might not even be real, just something you might worry about. Once you've gotten the opportunity to write that down, I want you to pick up that pen and cross it out. By doing so, you've eradicated that belief. You have killed that thought. It is no longer in existence. I want you to write the exact opposite below it, and write it in a positive form. This statement and your statements are now true. And they will be true as long as you look at it from your field of daisies. I hope after this speech that you'll see the glass half full. I hope you'll keep the weeds out of your field of daisies and keep it bright and sunny. From one Pollyanna to another, life is good. Let's enjoy it. Mr. Toastmaster.